Hi everyone, in this video we'll see about three-phase induction motors. First we'll see the content of three-phase induction motors. So in three-phase induction motor we are going to discuss about principle of operation, generation of rotating magnetic field, construction and working of three-phase induction motor, slip and its significance, necessity of starter, star delta starter, and problems based on slip and synchronous speed and motor speed. Right. First we'll see introduction of three-phase induction motor. So if you see cross-sectionally three-phase induction motor, it looks like this. Right. This is second part in module 5. So first we will see the what is meant by motor, why we are calling motor as an induction motor. So next we will discuss about advantages, disadvantages and applications of three-phase induction motor. First, motor which converts electrical energy to mechanical energy. So that is called motor. Three-phase induction motor is the most widely used AC motor. So it runs on AC supply. That's what induction motor. All induction motors are AC motors, right? So it differs from other type of motor in that there is no connection from the rotor winding to any source of supply. If you take DC motor and synchronous motor, so rotor is having connection, but so in the induction motor does not have any rotor connections. That's what so these motors are different than other motors. So these motors are works on induction from the stator supply. That's what. So these motors are known as induction motors. So next, advantages of three-phase induction motors are, so if you compare to other motors like synchronous motor, DC motors, the cost is low. Its cost is low, it's very reliable, and it's highly efficient. It has a good power factor. It needs less maintenance. It has simple starting arrangement. So a rotor does not having any connection. That's what it is, reliable, and it's produce high efficiency than the other DC motor and synchronous motor, and it has good power factor. So there is no connection to the rotor. That's what, less maintenance. So it has simple starting arrangement. So if you use stator, so it will start, right? So next, what are the disadvantages of three-phase induction motor? Speed cannot be varied easily. So it runs at a constant speed. So speed we can reduce to some extent with increasing in load, as in the case of DC shunt motor. So how we are reducing the speed of the DC shunt motor? So like that, here also we can reduce some extent. So by adding the load on the induction motor, right? It has a less starting torque as compared to a DC shunt motor. So these motors are having less starting torque like DC shunt motor, right? So next one, applications we will see. So where we can use this type of motors. So three-phase induction motors are used in lifts, cranes, pumps. So we can also use it in elevators, etc. Right? Single-phase induction motors where we can use. So fans. So we will have fans in our homes. So those fans are having single-phase induction motor. So next one, refrigerators, washing machines, mixer, grinders. So those equipments having single-phase induction motor, right? So this is about introduction of three-phase induction motor. So next we will see the constructional features of three-phase induction motor. So basically these induction motors having mainly two parts. One is stator and rotor. Stator is a stationary part, rotor is a rotating part, right? Stator. So stationary part of the motor, the stator core consisting of high grade low electrical loss, thin silicon steel stamping so that hysteresis and eddy current losses are reduced to a minimum. So here stator is consisting of high grade low electrical losses having winding. So these windings will produce losses, right? Core and copper losses. So how we can minimize the core loss? Core losses are two types. One is hysteresis and eddy current losses by using the laminations. So here silicon steel stampings are laminations so that you can minimize the losses. The thickness of these stampings varies from 0.35 mm to 0.65 mm. If it is a single phase induction motor, the stampings are 0.35 mm, and if it is a three-phase induction motor, that is 0.65 mm. Based on the rating of the motor, the stampings varies. So here stampings means it's like a varnish. So silicon steel material we are varnishing around the stator winding. That is called as a silicon steel stampings. So by that here we are reducing the hysteresis and eddy current losses. So next one here, synchronous speed. We have seen Ns is equal to 120 F by P. So number of poles varies. So synchronous speed also will vary. So number of poles are more. So here synchronous speed Ns is equal to 120 F by P, right? Number of poles is more, synchronous speed is less. Number of poles is less, synchronous speed will be more, right? Next one, small size and large size. The air gap will varies. The small size motors, the air gap varies 0.5 mm to 1 mm, and large size motors it varies 1 mm to 3 mm, right? So due to size of the motor, air gap should varies. The magnetic flux is stored in the air gap. That's what air gap also one consideration in induction motor. So next we will see the types of rotors. So here we are using the two types of rotors. One is squirrel cage rotor and second one is slip ring rotor, that is called phase wound rotor. So in squirrel cage rotor, the rotor surface is smooth cylindrical. Rotor slots are placed approximately parallel. So like this. So approximately parallel to the rotor. So these rotors windings are screwed at ends of the rotor. Here this is the one end. So this is the other end. So end rings, right? So these rotors are used in high speed induction motor, right? So this rotor speed we cannot control, right? So somewhat we can extend the load, so we can reduce the speed somewhat. So we cannot vary 1500 to 500 rpm, right? So next second type, slip ring rotor, or you can also call it as a phase wound rotor. So this type of rotors are used in speed control of induction motor. So where we are controlling the speed of the induction motor, those applications, this type of rotors we are using here. So we can see here stator and rotor. So this is the stator winding. So this is the rotor winding. The rotor winding is having rheostat. So that is called starting rheostat. At the starting, the high amount of resistance is added to the rotor windings. So the current passing through the rotor winding will be less. So resistance is high, current will be less, right? So once rotor runs at normal speed, the starting rheostat resistance gradually reduced to 0. So here we have a slip rings here. Once rotor rotating at synchronous speed, the slip rings will disconnect to the starting rheostat. So now this slip ring rotor runs or works like a squirrel cage rotor, right? So this is about constructional features of three-phase induction motor. Okay, thank you.